Hello everyone, so tonight I'm going to do my May Dupe It Mani, and when I saw the inspiration I immediately saw Spotted Soulmates. I almost said the wrong name. Anyway, so I kind of just went with true to colors, and I also immediately saw Moon River, and so we're just gonna roll with that. And then the other set I'm using is Every Pink Moon, and I'm gonna try to be good and use my trash can tonight. We'll see. I love this Every Pink Moon. It's so pretty. Maybe should have kept that backing, because this will probably be long enough to do my other pinky too over on my right hand. So I was thinking a funny experience to share. So I remember the first time I saw someone with like an accent nail. This was well before Color Street was a thing in my life. Like it was, nail polish only in my life. And it really came into style where everyone would do all the same, except for they would do like this one a different. Like they do everything purple and then have like a white nail or something. And I just remember being like, but why? Like asking people, I don't get it, but why? And I was so naive because look where I am now. Doing almost every nail different. All the time. Anyway, I thought of that and kind of cracked me up because I like just didn't get it. You know how when something's new and you're like, I don't get it. Pinterest was like that for me. This is you can judge me for it. I'm like, but I don't get it. Took some like serious explaining. I still don't really use it because I don't know. Most of the stuff when you click on it, you have to go through so many things to get. I'm like, I'll just save the link. Anyway, maybe that makes me an old lady. I don't know. Just kind of cleaning up the edge. Yep, I did both sides with one strip, so I guess that one should just be extra. And then yeah, I've cruised through my set of Every Pink Moon. I don't remember if this is the second or third mani with it. Probably just second, but so I'm just making this fit the shape of my nail. If you've watched me before, you've seen me do this all the time. I have wide nail beds, so I like to use the bigger strips, but they're shaped more for a thumb, so. And then if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm not a stylist, just someone who's very addicted to Color Street. I did a party in January, and I did some like live nails and some nail videos for that, and was encouraged by some nail friends to make a channel. So I've been doing that, and it has been fun, and I also feel like it makes my Color Street purchases seem more legit. Because I need stuff to do my channel, right? Not that I don't have enough. But so I like that part of it. And I love Color Street. I love the art of it. I'm not a big like fashion beauty type person. Like I like makeup, it's pretty, but I don't wear a ton of it. I've always just liked having fun nails though, seeing the pretty colors, and so I love Color Street is really fun. I'll keep that one out just in case. Just to do all kinds of different art with, like so many things you can do. It's a blast, and then you get to wear it and look at it and enjoy it, and then you get to put on something new. So it's been a week, and we're here at the end of another week. It's May, which is just busy if you have kids. I think we miss a lot of it because my kids aren't enrolled in a lot of extracurricular things. they just want to play. They're just young, and so if there's something they really want to do, maybe we'll eventually do it. But they are doing swimming lessons this month, but that's about as fancy. Occasionally we'll do like some summer camps, but that's all we've really done so far. They're still young, so that helps, but it's still just busy. And then Mother's Day is coming up. That you probably won't see this until after Mother's Day, but Mother's Day is coming up, and I feel like there's been a lot of things planned, you know, different organizations, school, whatever, for the kids to do with their moms, which should be fun. It should be nice, but it makes you busy. Just spin that out. So there's been a lot of days where I haven't gotten a lot done, and then today I kind of just busted through a lot of stuff. It was really satisfying. So this is all the Moon River I have left. This is like the second to smallest strip, and I have 3 of them. So I think I had a 2Z of it is why. I don't think I actually had 2. It feels a little stiff, but I wanted to show the trick where you can lay down 2 smaller strips on the side and make it fit a bigger nail, because obviously this is way too small. This end will fit my pinky, only this end. But I wanted it to be over here, so it seemed like a good opportunity to show that technique, and it works really well with these extra glittery sets. So I'm just going to cut like a thin strip out of the set, and hopefully this is sticky. You're going to use that. You want to lay this down first because it'll hide the edges better, because it'll be over towards the edge of your nail, the fold there. And you're just going to lay that down to cover that. Basically, it's going to cover that gap. And then this piece is probably enough to do the other side. So much of my creativity comes from making the strips work. Kind of like forced me to be creative, because otherwise you end up with just a lot of smaller strips that don't fit. So there, you've got that on both sides there to fill in that gap, and then you'll just take the strip here and apply it like normal, lay it down right down the center of the nail. I love Moon River. It's such a pretty one. Yeah, definitely on the drier side. It still seems to be doing okay. Glitters are so much more forgiving, just in general, overall. So you can see, I mean, I don't know if you guys will even be able to see on the video. If I look really close, I see the line, but by the time that cures and I put a top coat on it, you're not even gonna notice. So that's a really handy trick to keep up your back sleeve. I guess I do have like a slight gap right there. I could try to patch it. I don't know. This is probably not worth it, but we're doing it anyway. Okay. So there we go. Moon River's just like a really pretty blue, slate gray, chunky glitter, and it's an old one. Oldie but goodie. I think it finally retired out of the core catalog. I don't remember. Like it was back as part of core for a while, I think. But I took my silver tab off. So we'll see if this comes off easy. If not, I have plenty over there to cut a new one. I feel like I almost had it. My nail is peeling there. That's icky. So my sister, this is something I've never heard anyone else say. She swears that her nails stopped peeling when she stopped clipping them with Color Street on. And it kind of makes sense. This is my sister Janessa that was in my nail video, and so she kind of does Color Street because I do. So she's not like full-on addict or anything. But, you know, she's kind of same struggle. Like she'd use Color Street for a little bit and then be like, ooh, I didn't like that because it damaged my nails. And so I had her start using a base coat to protect it once I learned that trick, protect her nails, and that helped a lot. And then recently she was like, I feel like my nails didn't peel if I didn't clip them with the Color Street on. And it makes sense because your nail is thicker and you have all those layers adhering and maybe it pulls on the nail when you're clipping it. So I decided I'm going to experiment. I've kind of been avoiding clipping my nails in them because it's nice to do because you can, you know, if you get chips on the end, you can kind of trim it back. But otherwise, like, I don't want to be damaging my nails, but I decided I'm going to test it and know for sure. So just starting with my last mani, I clipped all of these nails with the Color Street still on. And then I removed all my polish and then put, I kind of went around the end, and then clipped this side after the polish was removed, after the Color Street was removed. So we're going to roll with that for a while and see if I notice a difference, because it would be handy to know. And I'm getting close to the end of my bottle of Nailtiques, which I've been using at least since last year. It's my second bottle of it. And so when that's gone, I think I'm going to move on to the Color Street Nail Strengthener and test that out. I have a lot of products to try, but I'm kind of just trying to introduce them slowly. So I know ideally you would wait several months before changing things to really know. But since that bottle's running out, we're going to switch. And I'm trying to go back and watch my YouTube videos and actually write down when I started. Well, no, Nailtiques I've been using for a long time, but when I started using like jojoba oil, because that's been since I started YouTube that I switched from the Color Street, just because I ran out of the bottle, and then moved on to the jojoba oil. And then what else have I been trying? Oh, and then I switched to the Color Street remover from using Cutex Ultra Caring. And I've been trying to just stick with that. Okay, so there you go. You saw how I did that, and I still left a gap on that side, but not enough that anyone's going to notice. So there's that, and then let's do our Spotted Soulmate, and I love this set. I may end up buying it again, I don't know. So I'm going to finish off I just finished off Moon River, and then I'm finishing off Spotted Soulmates. This is my very last strip of it. So look how cute that is on. I love it. Love, love, love. And this should be enough to do both hands, hopefully. My index finger tends to stay pretty short because the layers peel and it chips. And also you're just using these fingers a lot. And I think that helps kind of keep them short. So I can usually use one strip on both sides. And it's a smaller nail bed too, compared to my others. And you know, even if it doesn't work, that's what's happening, because I don't have any more of it. So I can try to like patch the tip if there's a gap, or try to like clip it back, except for I guess I can't because I'm not allowed to clip this side. I had my nail started chipping, peeling a little bit over here, and I had a jagged edge, and it was hard to not go clip it. I got a nail file. I don't usually like nail files, and kind of smoothed it out a little bit. Okay, cool. It looks like it fits. So, and I'll go back in, and I always say this, clean them up after the video, just kind of do basics. Right now, let's just do a little bit there. Okay, and then, so I want to use nail tape, because they had, in the picture, there was one that had like dots kind of on the side of the strip like this, and then they did 2 stripes diagonally of pink over their silvery, not silvery, like gray blue glittery one. So it's been a while since I've done nail tape. We're gonna cut, there's a little bit of a like end there that I don't want, so we're gonna cut that off. This is a brand new roll. And then I think I may just cut it off of the roll. These particular nail tapes came with a couple of dispensers, and I just realized I didn't bring them down here. I've typically used them in past times I've used nail tape. I don't know if they help or not. I guess it gives you something to hang on to. There we go. Get it to stick down. Okay, and I think this is where my nippers will come in handy. So we can just nip that right where we want it. We'll clean up Moon River a little bit too, maybe. And that piece actually may be perfect to do the other portion. So they just had like a double. Getting it straight. The other one, oh, that was like the perfect size. Oh, yes. Okay. And let's do the other side. I should have made sure I kept my end out. Anyway, so with my index finger peeling, you gotta wonder, like, is it peeling because it gets used and abused, or is it peeling because I keep clipping it every time that it starts to come off? Anyway, so I'm gonna test out and see. Let's see, we need to go this way. That was a good idea to use the tweezers. In case you're wondering, that was much easier to handle. And I really like these nippers because we can get right up against the skin and trim, so I didn't have to worry about like lining it up perfect. Smooth that down a little bit. Okay. Let's use those tweezers again. That's interesting, the nail tape is kind of splitting. So let's use the other end. Okay, so this nail tape comes with like, it came with like 120 rolls, 2 of each color. So you got like 60 different colors with duplicates. And I've given away most of the duplicates because I know the one roll is gonna last me eons. And right after I bought it, I learned, like a lot of people, the ones on rolls, they have a problem with their top coat making them run. Like the color run. These ones don't do that, but I've noticed like the top layer of them will peel off after a day or two, even with like a top coat over it. So that's fine. That just means I get to redo my nails. Just like, okay, that's super fancy looking. I love that. Okay, and then the last nail is just going to be basic pink. Nothing fancy with it. And I cut that flat to fit my thumbnails that are a little squarer in shape. Usually I like square round it slightly, so I forgot this time and just made it very, very flat, which is fine. So I think for my bingo square, I think I'll probably do the zoo inspired for this one. Yeah, inspired by the zoo or an animal, because I've got the leopard print on there. I had another mani that's coming up that uses, I don't remember what it's called. It's from the fall release. Was that this year? It's in the core, I'm pretty sure. Leopards, something. I'm sure you guys know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, I was going to do that for this one, but that would work for my core one, or it would work for, oh, I'm doing it with a glitter dip, so I could do for either of those squares. I'm kind of enjoying this bingo round because a lot of the squares they're like fun for inspiration, but they're still like, they're common enough that they're easy to like adapt to. They're not like super specific, I guess. Like they are, but they aren't. So you can really, you know, make them your own kind of thing. Not that you can't do that anyway. But I'm enjoying this bingo. There's a lot of fun squares, I think is what I'm trying to say on there. And if you're not in Sassy's crew, Stacy's Sassy Crew, it's a Facebook group and so much more, but we have a ton of fun. It's just mainly all about the nails, fun games like bingo. Right now it runs for 6 months, I believe. And we have, yeah, and it's just fun. And then Stacy will draw for prizes, put everyone's name, and you get entries depending on how much you fill out, is how many entries you get. So, and everyone posts their nail fees to the group, so you get to kind of see what everyone's doing, and it's just super fun. It's just, I love it because it's taken, I have this addiction, and it's turned it into something, more than just doing nails. Like, it's made it really fun, and it's the nicest group of ladies. Like, everyone's super nice, which most of the time on Facebook you see, like, people just get on Facebook just to be mean. It's sad. So it's nice to have just that kind group. So this is I don't know what you call this, but it's got like textured, like a file texture on the end. And it's awesome for grabbing these little things along your cuticle, because it just picks them up. And anyway, I will probably jump off, and you can see I've got stuff hanging off the edges, and just keep continuing to work on these, and then I'll probably apply heat. And when I say that, I haven't said what that is for a while. This is a flax bag made by Stacy. Cutest little tag there. And you just heat it in the microwave, and that heat, and it kind of gets moist too, that heat kind of like shrink wraps the strips on your nail, and it helps smooth out any, like, if you got a crease in it or a fold or anything, it really helps just smooth it out. It can help a set that's not sticking super well, helps it adhere to your nail. Anyway, this is like a must-have, and I don't know if it's something you can get on Amazon, or if not, every so often Stacy makes them and sells them in her group. So anyway, so when I say I'm applying heat or using my flax bag, this is what I'm talking about. So anyway, let me show you, I'll do one last look at what we created. Pretty easy, and I love that nail tape. That pink, Every Pink Moon is so pretty. These are very like shimmery. I think I'm gonna enjoy these ones more than I thought I was. So thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next time.